पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते ईशावास्यमिदं सर्वं यत्किञ्च जगत्या जगत् तेन तत्तेन भुञ्जीथा मा घृतं कस्य स्विदं मम विद्याञ्च यस्तद्वेदो
यस्तद्वेदो
भयं
भयं
सः
सः
अविद्या
अविद्यया मृत्युं
मृत्युं
तीर्त्वा
तीर्त्वा विद्या
विद्ययामृतमश्नुते।
मृतमश्नुते सर्वे
सर्वे
भवन्तु
भवन्तु
सुखिनः
सुखिनः, सर्वे
सर्वे
सन्तु
सन्तु
निरामयः,
निरामया
सर्वे
सर्वे
भद्राणि
भद्राणि
पश्यन्तु,
पश्यन्तु मा
मा
कश्चित्
कश्चित् दुःखभाग्
दुःखभाग्
भवेत्।
भवेत्
ॐ
ॐ
शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। धन्यवाद करुणाजी. Today is 300th birth anniversary of Punya Shlok Ahilyabai Holkar. Ahilyabai Holkar is remembered for good governance, women empowerment, and sustainable development. So today, let us honor her contributions and try to do at least small part of her countless things she did. So going to today's subject, I again welcome you all. Recently, a renowned astrophysicist, Dr. Jayant Naralikar, passed away on 28th of May this year. He performed research on alternative cosmology. He wrote many textbooks, science books, and science fiction novels, also short stories, to make the science popular among common man. So he inspired many generations for science studies. Today, we will listen about his noble work, his research, and life. He was the founder director of IUCA, Inter-University Center for Astronomy and Astrophysics. Now, I will request Mrudul Shirgurkar to say a few words about Shakti and about our this program, Vijnana Katta. Over to Mrudul Tai.
Good afternoon. It is my honor to introduce Sharada Shakti. At national level, Shakti was founded in 2003 and its work started in Maharashtra under the name Sharada Shakti in 2006. Members of this organization are women working as doctors, engineers, scientists, educators, and they are working to spread awareness among young girls, underprivileged women, for the use of science and technology to solve various issues related to health, environment, education, etc. Strengthening a woman not only makes her strong, but her family, society, and in turn the nation to face the challenges in future. We conduct various programs such as health workshops, conferences, competitions, seminars at schools, colleges, and in slum areas. During COVID pandemic, a survey was conducted to evaluate psychological, physiological, and social impact on women of various economic background. This was a useful data for medical and social workers. Sharada Shakti has also signed MOU with Ferguson College and Siddhivinayak College to run various study programs. Besides these activities, Sharada Shakti organizes Vijnana Katta every month. It is found to be a very useful program for common people as authentic information about science and technology is given by the experts in a very simple language. Various issues related to environment, healthcare, then cybersecurity are discussed during these programs. A book named Samvad Vijnanashi is also published. It is a compilation of the lectures of previous speakers. Today's Vijnana Katta is to pay tribute to the stellar legacy of Padma Bhushan Dr. Jayant Naralikar, a pioneering astrophysicist whose groundbreaking work illuminated the cosmos. Let us honor his remarkable achievements. Thank you.
Thank you, Mridultai. Now I will request a Sharada Shakti member, Rajani Gaigude, to give speaker's introduction. Today, our speaker is Dr. Manisha Khaladkar. She is the Joint Secretary, Sharada Shakti. Over to Rajani Gaigude.
Thank you, Mrs. Mridul Shirgurkar. Good evening and namaskar to all honorable and those who are present online for this special meeting. I am Mrs. Rajani Daigude and it is my honor to welcome you all to the 74th session of Vijnana Katta. Today we have the privilege of hearing from our esteemed speaker, Dr. Manisha Khaladkar, who will be sharing her thoughts in fond memories of the legendary late Dr. Jayant Naralikar, a brilliant Indian astrophysicist and a renowned author whose contribution to science continue to inspire generations. Dr. Manisha Khaladkar earned her PhD in chemistry in 1997 and currently serves as an associate professor and head of the Applied Science Department at the Government College of Engineering and Research, Avasari. In addition to her academic leadership, she plays a vital role as the faculty advisor for COEP satellite, making significant contribution to scientific research and innovation. Her pioneering work with her team of making India's first Swayam satellite with two-way communication has been passively stabilized, was recognized and commended by our Honorable Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi. Dr. Khaladkar has successfully completed research projects worth rupees 85 lakh and under her ideal mentorship, 5 students have completed their PhD. Her dedication and excellence in her field have earned her numerous prestigious awards, including Sant Ishwar Seva Sanman, FICCI Award, CII Award, Smiles DRDO, IWD Award, PMC, CEDA, Innovative Teacher Award. Her academic contributions are truly remarkable with 36 publications to her name, 13 textbooks authored, and more than 25 popular articles enriching scientific literature. On behalf of Sharada Shakti and from the bottom of my heart, I extend my warmest welcome to everyone attending today's session. Let us come together to share knowledge, innovation, and the incredible legacy of late Dr. Jayant Naralikar. Thank you, and over to Mrs. Khaladkar. Thank you once again.
Good evening. Is the screen visible?
Yes.
I'm not able to see the screen.
First slide is there. Flyer is on the screen. Yeah, it's okay.
Okay, let's begin. Dr. Jayant Naralikar, one of India's most distinguished astrophysicists, who combined profound theoretical insight into cosmology with a lifelong commitment to science communication, passed away at his home in Pune on 20th May 2025, he was 86. Born on 13 July 1938, his major work included challenging the Big Bang theory with his steady-state model of the universe, a theory proposing a timeless cosmos in which matter is continuously created. This stood in contrast with the dominant Big Bang model, a term coined
ये कुछ pics बहुत अच्छे हैं.
Khurd
अच्छा,
coined to
ढूंढो.
oppose the concept that universe began at a single point of time. Pioneer of
Actually, अभी
steady-state
बोला है.
cosmology, along with Sir Fred Hoyle. His other work, which is equally significant, is being founder director of IUCA Pune. He worked tirelessly as astrophysicist and a science communicator as well as an institution builder. During his career, he was awarded large number of prizes and very significantly Padma Bhushan Award in way back 1965 only at the age of 26. He earned later Padma Vibhushan in 2004, UNESCO Kalinga Award for popularization of science. Generally, scientists are many a times away from society, but he has been very close to society in more than one way. And this was recognized by Kalinga Prize, Prix Jewel Award by French Astronomical Society, Shanti Swarup Bhatnagar Award in 1978, Sahitya Academy Award for Char Nagaratle माझे Vishwa for his autobiography, Maharashtra Bhushan Puraskar in 2011. Along with that, he was ENSA Fellow. He won Govind Swarup Lifetime Achievement Award of the Astronomical Society, and he was chairman of Marathi Sahitya Sammelan in 2014. Early life of Sri Jayant Naralikar. He was born in a very scholarly family in 1938. His father was also a mathematician and an astrophysicist. He was professor and head of mathematics department at the Banaras Hindu University, Varanasi, and hence his early childhood, his school education till his college education was at Varanasi. So Hindi came to him as close as his mother tongue. He became BA in mathematics in 1957 from BHU and went on to Cambridge to pursue tripos, which led to him getting a Wrangler degree. And as he stood first in the Wrangler, he was called as a senior Wrangler, like his father. It's a very funny thing that he earned his PhD in theoretical cosmology in 1963, followed by MA in mathematics in 1964. DSc was awarded to him in 1976 from the King's College, Cambridge. Here you can see two pictures side by side. First black and white picture is his graduation picture in 1957, and the right one is when he was called as a chief guest for 96th convocation for BHU in 2014. When he received Padma Bhushan Award in 1965, along with that, the then Prime Minister Lal Bahadur Shastri ji invited him for a year-long India tour, which was called as Bharat Darshan. This Bharat Darshan was arranged for science popularization by ICCR, under which he went to metros like Ahmedabad, Mumbai, Delhi, Calcutta, Madras, as it was called in those days, and gave talks about astrophysics and cosmology. That time, he was working at Cambridge. In 1966, he got married, and at the center, you can see him. On his left, he is his father. On his right is his mama, Mr. Shrikande. This is Jayant Naralikar sir's family. On the left, you can see him with Mangalata Naralikar at Ayuka, and the right one, this picture was taken on his 80th birthday at Yosemite, along with his daughters and his son-in-law, as well as the grandchildren. Coming to his career highlights, from 1958 to 72, after his graduation, he went to Cambridge. While at Cambridge, he came into contact with Sir Fred Hoyle, and he started working along with Sir Fred Hoyle. He earned his PhD degree in 63, after which he joined King's College from 1962 to 1972. He worked there. He was a founder member of Institute of Theoretical Astronomy from 1966 to 72, along with Sir Fred Hoyle. After this, he was invited to work at TIFR, and on the request of the then Prime Minister Indira Ji, he came and started working at TIFR. In TIFR, he was professor and head of Theoretical Astrophysics Group, and many students who later became his colleagues worked with him at Ayuka. From 81, he became founding president of the World Cultural Council. This World Cultural Council is started for promotion of culture, values, and goodwill globally. This was achieved through initiatives like recognizing outstanding individuals with awards and fostering relationship with among scientific community, educational community, and cultural organization. This was to promote positive use of scientific knowledge for the society, and he really took his responsibilities very seriously as in charge of World Cultural Council. From 1994 to 1997, he was president of the International Astronomical Union Commission for Cosmology. Like World Cultural Council, works in the area of scientific, educational, and cultural exchange. This IAU was specifically designed for exchange between the scientific community who is working in the field of astronomy and astrophysics. His publications as a research worker, we are very well versed that one publication in good journal requires at least 2 years experimental work, 6 months data collection, and 6 months at least for writing and communicating that paper. So one good paper requires about 3 years work. And look at this. He has published total 1144 different research articles, including 374 research papers in international journals, of course, with high impact factor, 371 conference proceedings, review articles 372. Along with this, in Marathi, he wrote scientific fictions and novels 12 and 15. His citations are only counted for research journal papers, and these citations are more than 3,500. 500 as in 2023. About his personal life, born to scholarly parents, Wrangler Vishnu Naralikar, professor and head of BHU, and mother, who was MA in Sanskrit, must have led a solid academic foundation in Varanasi to Jayant, with his maternal uncle, Huzur Bazar, who is famous statistician, also contributing towards the development of Jayant's life. No wonder he walked on the path followed by his father and became a wrangler and later worked in the area of astrophysics. In 1966, he was married to Mangala Rajwade, who was at that time working at TIFR. After marriage, she went with him to Cambridge, and only after they came back to India in 72, she started working for her PhD again and started working at TIFR. She completed her PhD in 1977. She wrote many popular books on mathematics for school kids. Mathematics being a subject about which many students are scared, and she wrote many popular books like Maths Can Be Fun, which are bestsellers among students. They have 3 daughters, Geeta, Girija, and Leelavati. One of them is working in the area of biotechnology, other two are working in computer science. He settled in Pune in the vicinity of Ayuka in Pashan, in an area uh, where many employees of Ayuka live. It's a building apartment called as Khagol. This speaks volumes of his simplicity, humility. He gelled very well with family, colleagues, neighbors, which is somewhat uncommon among scientists of his stature. 3 stages in the life of a researcher are active researcher, who will invent something. Later on, take a role of supervisor and guide other students. And third will be popularization of your own subject. He served all 3 roles extremely well. As a researcher, he co-developed Hoyle-Naralikar theory of gravity, which was an alternative to Einstein's general theory of relativity. His other work included Mach's principle. We will come to that in a little detail later on, which suggests that objects' inertia is influenced by distribution of mass in the universe, quantum cosmology, action at a distance physics, which deals with events where interactions occur without direct physical contact between different objects. He and Sir Hoyle challenged the Big Bang theory. The Big Bang theory was put forth by George Lemaitre in 1927. He put forth an idea that the universe began at a single infinitely small point that expanded and stretched to form the vast cosmos which we see around. After the discovery of cosmic microwave background radiation, this theory got widespread acceptance. Even Einstein supported the Big Bang. Now, here is a challenge. Fred Hoyle and Naralikar sir challenged this theory and gave an alternative like steady state theory, which later on he himself modified along with Jayavardhane to quasi-solid state theory. This is another cosmological model that proposes universe always existed. There was not one beginning as such. It maintains a constant average density by creating new matter continuously, unlike one single event like a Big Bang. This was a prominent cosmological model in 50s and 60s, the Big Bang, and it requires great scientific courage to oppose something which is established and which is finding more and more support. He modified his steady state to a quasi theoretical state of universe with Jayavardhani. He proposed periodic mini creation of events rather than one single event like a Big Bang. As late as in May 24, the James Webb telescope discovered galaxies that are older than Big Bang. This poses a possibility that what Naralikar sir and Fred Hoyle and Jayavardhani predicted together may be right after all. Who knows? There may be a Nobel Prize waiting for JVN. What is the steady state universe? The theory poses that universe has no beginning and no end. It maintains a constant density despite its expansion. The theory proposes a creation of field or C field which causes continuous creation of hydrogen atoms, replenishing the voids created by the expansion of the universe. Mach's principle, the theory incorporates the idea that the object's inertia is influenced by its interaction with all other matter in the universe. How this differs with the general theory of relativity? This is fixed gravity versus variable gravity. General relativity theory assumes a fixed gravitational constant, while Hoyle-Naralikar proposed that it varies with the density of matter. So as the density as the universe expands, and more matter gets created, the density of universe will keep on changing. Along with that, there will be a change in gravitational constant. Steady state versus Big Bang. Hoyle-Naralikar theory is alternative to Big Bang theory, suggesting universe has no beginning and no end. Local versus universal gravity. General relativity describes gravity as arising from curvature of the space-time caused by local objects, while Hoyle-Naralikar theory suggests that gravity at any location is affected by the matter present throughout the universe. In the essence, Hoyle-Naralikar theory provides a framework for understanding gravity and the universe that differs significantly from Einstein's general theory of relativity, offering a unique perspective on the nature of cosmos and the role of matter creation. See, in scientific world, no reality is the ultimate reality. There may be today's truth, there may be tomorrow's truth, but about universal truth, who knows? Now about his work at TIFR. He returned to India in 1972 and started his struggle for house, school admissions like you and me. He played a crucial role in expanding the institution's activities in theoretical astrophysics. He remained at TIFR till 1989. His primary work at TIFR focused on developing theoretical astrophysics group and establishing School of Theoretical Astrophysics. Few of his prominent students at TIFR, namely Thanu Padmanabhan, Sanjeev Dhurandhar, and Ajit Kembhavi, all leaders in their field of gravitational wave, detection of data, intensive observational astronomy, out of which Dhurandhar and Ajit Kembhavi both joined him at Ayuka once Ayuka started working. And Kembhavi sir became his successor at 2003 when he retired. He valued conceptual clarity and logical coherence, imbibed the same among his students. This is their work at Ayuka. When Dr. Naralikar was working at TIFR Mumbai, he was given a task by UGC to establish a center of excellence in astronomy and astrophysics in the university sector. This was UGC's initiative to be founded and started in Pune University campus by Dr. Jayant Naralikar along with Dr. Ajit Kembhavi and Dr. Naresh Dadich. All three of them were director of Ayuka, one after the other. Ayuka was ably run by JVN from 1988 till 2003. During this long tenure, Ayuka established itself as iconic research center. Even after his superannuation, he was closely associated with Ayuka till his last breath. He structured it even for construction of the building, deciding how should the interior and exterior come out, which trees to be planted. He had a great discussion with architect Charles Correa, who designed the campus. He was keenly interested in designing Ayuka to minute details and planted successor of Newton's apple tree in the campus of Ayuka. Even there is a great story about what sentence is written outside the canteen. The discovery of a new dish does more for human happiness than discovery of a star. Coming from an astrophysicist, this is a great line. While being a strong proponent of alternate models, he did not impose his views on his students or colleagues. He allowed young researchers to grow in their own way, and hence best research articles providing support to Big Bang model and those which improve the foundations of Big Bang emerged from Ayuka under his under his leadership when he was a strong opponent of the Big Bang. At Ayuka, he started programs of 4 different types: PhD program for basic research, advanced research workshops and schools for researchers and teachers of astrophysics, GMRT, which was ably run by Dr. Govind Swarup, where guest observer programs are still going on. Introductory summer school in astronomy and astrophysics. These are very sought after, very important students programs, which are taken up by master students, engineering graduates, and undergraduate students during vacation times. Visitor and associate programs. Many a times, all research facilities, instruments, discussion groups are not available at remote places. And for such scientists who want to pursue work in association with Ayuka are always welcome at that campus. For them, ICARD program, that is Ayuka Center for Astronomy Research and Development, is playing a great role. Associateship program where people can come for sabbatical from 6 months to 3 years of astronomy, astrophysics are taken up at Ayuka campus. And of course, SPPU and Ayuka runs a joint MSc program in physics with astrophysics. So with range of services in research are provided by Ayuka, this is a visionary leadership impact of Dr. Jayant Naralikar. From 1999 to 2003, he headed a team of experimental scientists. Basically, he was a theoretical cosmologist or theoretical astrophysicist. But he changed gears and started working in as experimental scientist along with ISRO programs. The team collected samples of microorganisms at various heights from Earth's ground level till 41 kilometers using balloon experiments. Biological studies of these samples brought from a height of 41 kilometers or from ground till 41 kilometers showed presence of bacteria and living cells. Though generally we say that most of the living activity is restricted to ground to first 5 kilometers, but till 41 kilometer, that is not only in troposphere but at the end of stratosphere also, they have found microorganisms, and that lead to a thought that we have been bombarded with microorganisms which may have laid foundation of life on earth. He has written a book, Dev Che Paragrahavaril Antaralvir, and he always boosted ideas that life on earth came from outside world. Promoting science education. Science popularization is a very significant part which is many a times neglected by hardcore scientists because they are somewhat aloof from the society. But unlike them, rewriting science and mathematics textbook even for school students in English and Marathi, he was on NCERT advisory board, and that time he has revamped the content of mathematics and science books on a very large extent. He advocated for introductory astronomy course in schools and making it a part of science curriculum. He used radio and television also very effectively to explain complex scientific concepts in simple, relatable manner. He even participated in one episode of Cosmos, which was a very famous serial which used to be on. As a founding director of Inter-IUCA, Astronomy and Astrophysics, Naralikar played a crucial role in promoting research and collaboration among Indian universities. He always criticized negative impact of political on university campus, which he believed contributed to the decline in quality of education. I fully agree with this. Inspiring young minds. His interactions with students through letters, lectures left a lasting impact on generations of students. Vocal critic of astrology or Jyotish Shastra. Since beginning, he thought that astrology lacks empirical evidence and cannot be verified through rigorous scientific testing. Astrology, in Indian context, was more influenced by Greek tradition rather than having strong basis in Vedic Indian knowledge. It lacks scientific basis. That's what he thought. Astrology is not a science because it doesn't rely on observations, experimentation, falsifiability, which are cornerstones of scientific inquiry. That's what Weiss advocated. Influence of Greek tradition. Many aspects of Indian astrology are derived from Greek traditions, not from ancient Indian. He pointed to the lack of significant astrological content in Vedas as evidence of this influence. urging people to critically examine their beliefs and make rational decisions about it. He wanted to distinguish between science and pseudoscience and always said that astrology is and it's not a science. He conducted experiments to demonstrate claims. For what? For that, he ran a very interesting experiment that of intellectually disabled versus intelligent students to see if an astrologer could accurately differentiate between these two groups. And somehow, for that experiment, the astrologers fail, somehow consolidating his belief that astrology is a pseudoscience. Distinction between astronomy and astrology. He differentiated between astronomy, which is a scientific field studying celestial objects. Astrology is a belief system that claims that these celestial objects are having influence on the events on Earth. Being a very decorated scientist in a very early stage of life, as a person, he was very simple man. His commitment to Ayuka is reflected in the fact that till his very advanced age, he was always there in the farewell functions of different Ayuka employees who worked with him. In his speeches, he will bring out highlight contributions of various interactions, personal moments with the retiring person's life. This used to be a lifetime moment for that employee of Ayuka. When he was emotionally involved in with Ayuka, he showed remarkable restraint and stayed away from the day-to-day activities of Ayuka once he retired from Ayuka. He was extremely forthcoming and still supportive when anyone went to him for advice and suggestion on any issues. But he never gave any suggestion which was not asked for. He was a man of few words, but his words were precise, chosen, and soft. His relationships with his neighbors, family, extended family, and even staff were very cordial. As a person, he was very good with languages. He could speak Hindi like his mother tongue because of his upbringing in a village. He picked Sanskrit and could speak fluently due to his mother's influence. He used to speak Sanskrit with his mother. Due to his father's British influence, he was very fluent with English as well. From a very young age, his father imbibed the significance of time management in him. Who used to visit Banaras and used to live with them. This was very helpful in getting maximum output by utilizing small gaps in between his talks, appointments, meetings, keeping some to do tasks ready if he found some time suddenly due to change in his plans. He said this himself in one of his interviews that many of my articles got complete before time due to changes in the flight time. Many a times the flights used to get delayed by hour or 2 hours. That gave him sufficient time to complete his articles. He was very particular in wishing Happy New Year to his neighbors and friends. He would knock on their door at 12 in the night on 1st of January. All this information and experiences are uh, by Sadhana Dadhich in her YouTube obituary to Naralikar sir. He was very much interested in celebrating Holi with water and colors. This speaks about his early life spent in Banaras. He lived a simple life and his requirements were limited. Not very flashy clothes. He did not expect any special treatment because he was who he was. He relished good food and was very interested in different type of cuisines. And Mangala ma'am served his taste buds, pampered him with all Indian and foreign dishes as well. He believed that early education of a young child, especially in subjects like mathematics and science, must be done in mother tongue as a student is able to understand and comprehend the concepts better in his mother tongue. He was committed researcher and worker even after he lost his father. Within 2 to 3 hours, he came back to his office. He was not very emotional, didn't like to display his emotions in public anytime, but he was touched by his wife's cancer and has expressed his helplessness to close associates. Although he was totally against any holy rituals, he didn't object to prayers or arti offered by his housekeeper who used to live and take care of him. Coming to an end, thanks to Sharada Shakti for giving me the opportunity to pay my respect to Dr. Jayant Naralikar. Due to this, I went through a lot of his work, his books, YouTube videos that has enriched me in a great way. Thanks to all Shakti friends who sent me lot of information about Sir. Thanks to my astronomy club, past and present teams, due to which I came in contact with many stalwarts from ISRO, BSSC, TIFR, NCRA, IUCA. Let's observe 2 minutes silence as true Shraddhanjali to Dr. Naralikar.
Om Shanti Shanti
Om Shanti.
Shanti. Thank you, Manisha. Anyone else wants to add to this? I think there will be no any questions. If any, you can go ahead with the question or you can add to this topic. No questions? We will end the program. Today, Manisha Khaladkar presented detailed information about respected Dr. Jayant Naralikar, also about his research and revealing previously unknown aspects. His legacy will definitely inspire the future generation, and we all will remember him always. As an NGO working for science community, for motivation of science, we will definitely try to go ahead with its work done. Again, thank you, Manisha. Thank you, all audience. We will conclude the session with Shanti Mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayah, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Thank you.